Clubs are keeping a busy market with the 2022 transfer market running. I'm sure no one wants to run the 2022 season with a bang average team. Every club is looking to strengthen their squad in terms of depth, strength, and increased chances of clinching with silverware. However, in a pretty busy market, what kind of transfer looks possible? What clubs are having the busiest transfer window? Here are the rumors. But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2K22 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple. With the transfer market going on, there could be a potential move for James Harden. As free agency approaches, it appears that the Nets superstar guard, James Harden, has already put one foot out of the door. According to a report, the 2018 MVP remains invested in competing for the title this season, but would welcome new scenery for the 2022-23 season due to growing dissatisfaction with the Nets organization. Harden is in the middle of his first season with the Nets, after being acquired in a 4-team trade in January 2021. The signing of James Harden gave rise to a belief that the big three of Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving would pose a threat to the entire league, but the trio has barely shared the court since being assembled last year. Brooklyn's big three has been reduced to one, with Durant currently injured and Irving unavailable for home games due to his COVID-19 vaccination status. It is rumored that some of Harden's concerns stem from the increased workload. Among other concerns are Harden's disappointment with the rotations of head coach Steve Nash and a general lack of enjoyment with living in New York. James Harden appears to be on the move, as he has until the end of the season to decline his $46.9 million player option for the 2022-23 season and become an unrestricted free agent. Harden is expected to opt out and enter free agency for the first time in his career, a move he hinted at when he declined to sign a 3-year, $162 million contract extension. What and where could be next for James Harden? There could be a possible deal that would involve James Harden and Ben Simmons swapping places. Harden, who experienced success with the 76ers president of basketball operations Daryl Morey in Houston, is viewed as the perfect candidate to play alongside MVP candidate Joel Embiid. Because the Sixers are over the salary cap, they would need to acquire Harden via trade, with Simmons' $33.9 million salary for the 2022-23 season serving as a good starting point to make the deal work financially. Multiple sources say that there's an expectation that both the 76ers and Nets will engage in dialogue and a deal centered around Ben Simmons for Harden, with Philadelphia holding a chest of role players in Seth Curry, Tyrese Maxey, and Matisse Thybulle that could sweeten the potential package. Another juicy transfer rumor is that of Cav Levert, linked with a move to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been linked with many guards ahead of the February 10th NBA trade deadline, with one of them being Indiana Pacers standout Caris LeVert. According to The Athletic's Joe Varden, the Cavs are working extremely hard to acquire LeVert. The Pacers have already made it clear that they're willing to move LeVert, among others like Miles Turner and Domantas Sabonis. For Cleveland, this would prove to be a solid addition to their depleted backcourt, which is still reeling from the losses of Colin Sexton and Ricky Rubio to major injuries. Caris LeVert previously played with Jarrett Allen for the Brooklyn Nets, and the two built some impressive chemistry together as a guard-big duo. There might be some reunions. It's unknown exactly what the Cavs would have to offer in return to get LeVert, but another versatile guard to add to the mix would do wonders for their playoff aspirations. Caris LeVert is presently enjoying a brilliant campaign, averaging 18.7 points, 4.4 assists, and 3.9 rebounds this season for a Pacers team that is one of the worst in the association. He's capable of contributing to a contender and should certainly fit the bill if the Cavs get a deal done. He might be planning to switch things up and try new challenges. Could a move away be possible for McCollum next? Well, here are the rumors. Having already made one big move before the NBA trade deadline, the Portland Trail Blazers may not be done reshaping their roster, as they are rumored to be sending off another player. The Portland Trail Blazers have already started their roster retooling by trading away Norman Powell and Robert Covington. There's some thought that longtime Blazer CJ McCollum could be next. The New Orleans Pelicans are a known suitor for McCollum, but the Dallas Mavericks could also be in the mix as well. Dallas reportedly likes the idea of pairing McCollum with Luka Doncic in an offensively charged backcourt. Matching salary in a deal for McCollum's $30.8 million could be problematic for the Mavs. Dallas doesn't appear to have the combination of short-term salary plus young prospects to put together a deal for McCollum. The Mavs have also been reluctant to part with either Jalen Brunson or Dorian Finney-Smith in trades before next week's deadline. Next, the Minnesota Timberwolves make a wise decision in pursuing a defensive guard. Amid the recent hot streak that has moved them firmly into playoff contention, the Minnesota Timberwolves are reportedly looking to make a big move before Thursday's trade deadline. deadline. Smart, rumored to be interested in one of the best defensive guards in the NBA, has successfully transformed himself into a solid offensive contributor over the years, averaging 11.5 points and 5.5 assists per game in 45 starts this season. Smart's name has frequently come up in trade rumors this season, although the Celtics' recent success could alter their plans before the deadline. Would this move likely pull through? It's left to the parties to decide. The Toronto Raptors might be looking to go all out for a center. Here's more. The Toronto Raptors are reportedly casting a wide net for targets ahead of Thursday's 2022 NBA trade deadline, looking at a group led by Indiana Pacers center Miles Turner. The Raptors are firmly in the market for a center and have expressed interest in a couple of players, such as Portland Trail Blazers Jusuf Nurkic, San Antonio Spurs Jakob Poeltl, Boston Celtics Robert Williams III, and Brooklyn Nets Nicholas Claxton. Toronto doesn't have any players at the heart of the MVP discussion, but it's received strong across-the-board production. Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, and Gary Trent Jr. are all averaging over 18 points per game, and Scotty Barnes is putting together a rock-solid rookie season. Those promising signs, combined with the recent hot streak, have seemingly pushed the Raptors front office to at least consider becoming a buyer ahead of the deadline. A true center would give head coach Nick Nurse more lineup flexibility and reduce the number of potential mismatches against certain opponents. The Pelicans are eyeing a couple of swoops amid interest in Kevin Huerter and Josh Hart. The Pelicans have held trade talks with the Atlanta Hawks regarding Kevin Huerter, the Portland Trail Blazers regarding CJ McCollum, the Houston Rockets regarding Eric Gordon, and the Sacramento Kings regarding De'Aaron Fox. For most teams, a 20-32 record might be a good reason to be a seller before the trade deadline, not a buyer. But the Pelicans have two very good reasons to be buyers instead. Most prominently, surrounding Zion Williamson with as much talent as possible remains the organization's long-term goal. While the star forward has yet to play this season due to injury, he remains the face of the franchise, and keeping him happy and having a competitive team around him is priority number one. Josh Hart is having a solid season, averaging career highs in points, assists, and field goal percentage to go along with his 7.8 rebounds per contest. His 32.3% shooting from three, however, is just slightly below his career average. Still, those are solid numbers for a player who has a non-guaranteed salary of $12.9 million next season and a player option for $12.9 million in the 2023-24 campaign. That makes Hart a logical piece for the Pelicans to dangle in trade talks as they look to upgrade their backcourt. Up next, Christian Wood might be staying put amid so many rumors of a possible exit. Houston Rockets big man Christian Wood is experiencing his first NBA trade season with his name in the rumor mill on a daily basis. Wood admitted to checking into rumors involving him, but said he'd rather not have his name out there. "This is my first year being in trade rumors," Wood said. "I'm not a fan of it." Wood said he's committed to the Rockets and that Houston is where he wants to be. "I'm committed to this organization, and I know they're committed to me. I've given them everything. They've given me everything too," Wood said. "I'm honored and blessed to be here. I'm just waiting for this trade deadline thing to be over." Wood later reiterated that he has no desire to leave Houston. "This is my home. This is where I want to be," Wood said. "I've told Silas and Tillman and Pat and Raph, and they all have the same feeling about me." After a productive season, several teams are showing interest in Robin Lopez. Robin Lopez has had a productive season as a backup center for the Orlando Magic. That, combined with Lopez's easily movable $5 million salary, has other teams interested in acquiring him before Thursday's trade deadline. Orlando signed Lopez to give them veteran depth behind the development center. The Magic have praised Lopez's work and practice against the two young bigs, as well as his ability to produce when his number is called for games. In 24 games, Lopez has averaged 8.2 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 1.8 assists in 17.8 minutes. That'll be all for today. Thanks for watching.